Hey, and thank you for coming to check out my very first YouTube video. So today I wanted to do a little bit about my system, a little about me, and yeah, and then I'll probably do some quiet sessions of me planning. So we'll see how that goes. Without further ado, I guess I'll start with a sip of coffee, of course. Anyway, so my moterm. The front section here is a David Allen style kind of inbox section. So I have a classic inbox where I write down any thoughts, ideas, things that I don't need to worry about it. I just need to write it down and I can deal with it later. And I'll show you all the different places where all this stuff kind of filters out into later. One of them is this shopping list. I use an Alistair method to indicate where I can buy that item. And then the next time I'm planning on heading out that way, I just kind of, scroll down the list and see what's applicable, what I can grab. I also have some music, books, TV shows, concerts I want to go to. I'm really excited. I got some PJ Harvey tickets recently and just like some other notes about stuff that I have to do imminently. Anyway, most of my planner is printables from Petite Gloom or Megan Rhiannon. Patreon. It's really excellent. There's a great little community, both in terms of, cute stationery stuff, but also as a kind of neurodiversity community as well. And I really appreciate that about it. That's part of the reason I'm here planning, because my system is finally at a point where I feel like I'm just owning life and it's going great. And that's not been something that I can say has been a state for me for much of my life. So anyway, these little foldouts are from Peanuts Planner Co. This is just like a future log section. Then I have, I have a bit of like a February, bit of a calendar. This is just kind of a casual copy of my master calendar, which is in here, just to have around with me. But I track my nervous system state over here with like sizes of dots representing the proportion of time that day that I spent in that state. So I track agitated, activated, balanced, low and slow, or shut down. I had a pretty good month. I'm not gonna lie. It was really, really great. And then I made some cute little, I wouldn't call them inspo boards, but just like fun things. And then I use weekly spreads to document what I'm eating or any event that occurred that day that might have thrown me for a loop or been really awesome. And I do a little kind of like sketch of the day. So I've been working on those, and then we get into March here. This month is pretty light so far, and that's with intent. I am taking a course with work, so I am spending a lot of my spare time studying for that. And again, I have this weekly situation. And then I also do daily planning in here, whoops, which these aren't totally filled out, but I typically do a combination of like intent to do things and also a little bit of backfilling what actually happened. And some interesting features are I track my caffeine intake and my water intake, just to make sure. Honestly, I get like fangry. So this has been so helpful. And yeah, it's less about a hydration goal and more just about have you had something to drink recently? I have a tendency to fall into like really intense hyperfixation flow, and I can not get up from my desk for 4 hours if I'm not careful. So that's something that I make sure to do. I also track light gray is alone time or introvert time, and dark gray is social meetings, that kind of thing, because I find that's important for me to know. Kind of take a look at the day before and know, should I say yes to that thing that's going to be really loud today or not? And I have to balance myself in that way as well. So that's just a thing that I do. And then in the back here, I just have some notes for work, which I'm not going to show because those are private, as well as the start of a little, oh, it's Twin Peaks, kind of commonplace section, which I haven't had a hell of a lot of time to populate, but yeah, it's there if I need it. And then in the back, I just have, oh, I do little intention cards every month. So this was the one for February, and I'm going to do the one for March on, I think tomorrow actually, for the new moon. So this is a picture of this tiny little cottage in the spring. We're doing a little family trip. And I just have some stickers also from Megan Rhiannon over there. So this is the Filofax. It's awesome. I love it. I actually did order a pocket size because that's what the cool kids are doing. And I think I'm going to use it for something very specific that I'll talk about in another day. But that's coming. Anyway, this is the interesting part. The cover is a Roterfaden taschenbegleiter. It is from Germany, and it is extremely high quality, and it holds 3 notebooks or various things using these really cool kind of, I don't know how else you would describe it other than like Edward Scissorhandsy, Freddy Krueger style clips that hold your notebook in place and also act as a page marker. So the way my system basically works is I have a whole bunch of, so this is a hobonichi dayfree. I have a calendar. This is kind of my master events calendar. As you can see, March is boring as hell, which is delightful to me. And I use kind of a weird hybrid of bullet journaling and David Allen's getting things done, like inbox projects, collections, all kinds of things to manage my life. And so I have, a Lindsay Scribbles adulting log, a media tracker, kind of what I'm watching, consuming. Kind of the core of my system revolves around these 2 kind of styles of pages. So I've been kind of planning in 2-week sprints for a long time, actually. This is a light version of my calendar. At the bottom here, I have recurring tasks that I need to handle approximately every 2 weeks. These are 4 kind of life areas in which I tend to have kind of ongoing running projects or goals related to that. So that's creativity, my health, entertainment, and just kind of like other stuff like life admin, like taxes and returning things. That's what this page is. This is contemporary projects list. So a project, according to David Allen, is an item that has more than one step associated to it, and they don't have to be complicated. This one's only got 4 steps, but it helps to have a place that you can kind of go back to and pick something to do for your next actions list. So this is another key piece of the getting things done method, and this is basically like, what is the next possible task that I can do in any of these areas or on those areas or from elsewhere in my system to move things along. And that's basically the idea of it. And for this page, I use a pretty simple Alistair method 2-week grid corresponding to this that lists out all the different tasks I have to do or events with a circle. On the day that I intend to do the thing or the event is, I'll put a dot in that column along that task, and then I'll also add a dot into the context. Contexts are another getting things done idea. If I'm at home, that's the first column. I can put a dot beside all the things that I can do when I'm at home. If I'm at my computer, I can just kind of get through a couple of tasks that are computer requiring right there. Same thing with errands. That's what I consider like local neighborhood things like grocery shopping or, going to the hardware store or dropping something off at a friend's place or something like that. And then downtown. And then I have a kind of wild card asterisk anywhere tab. I had a really big smudge here, so I just covered it up with this adorable frog. What do you want? What more do you want? Pretend that I didn't forget to mention this part. After I go through each of the columns, figuring out what I've planned for that day or what I can do that day in that place, that's when I migrate it into my daily task list. this is it. And so over here, that's my task list. And then this is the kind of what happened that day / intended schedule. And then another way that this book feeds back into this one is again through that inbox. And I'm currently in flux around what are exactly the things that I feel necessary to record as reference material in here. That's still in progress. But anyway, I just did want to add that in because that is the whole point of doing a system video, is to actually talk about your system. So anyway, that's that. And then I have, of course, my favorite, my journal, my heart, my hobonichi notebook. And I'm actually going to do some work in this because I'm a little behind. I didn't do my journaling this morning because I got on a productive kick of setting up my photo printer, my professional photo printer that I bought a few months ago and haven't set up because it needed a special cord, and I kept forgetting to order the cord, and I finally remembered, and now I had it and I did it, and it's great. Actually, this is the first time I set up a formal dashboard in here where I kind of track the different things I journal about. Every day I try and do a gratitude in intention, which has an arrow, and I have any sort of quotations. I also have this little silly little Roman column thing, sketch indicator, which I use with, where is it? Oh, my daily Stoic reader. So I really love this thing. It has kept me sane and has actually healed so much of my anxiety, and I do a little bit of tarot. I love it as like a self-reflection tool. Same with setting intentions with the moon. These are moments that we can take pause and think about things that, you know, we may not have been prompted to think about otherwise. So that's what I really love about it, and I have seen some really great results come out of those practices. So yeah. Anyway, so I do a little bit of collaging, which is brought on by Februlage. But yeah, this is this month's. This is March dashboard. I'm going to get to it and yeah, work on some cool spreads, maybe. So yeah, thanks for listening. If this was interesting to you. I will probably do some follow-ups if people are into that. I'll probably be recording how I set up my bullet journal spreads and talk a little bit about all my fun stationaries. Thanks for your attention. I really appreciate all the like really nice, kind support and encouragement that I've been getting from folks. I really cannot emphasize how much this community has inspired me to basically get my together and actually take the time to stop and reflect on whether or not something was working for me or not, and also make me feel like changing things around and, you know, buying a new fun pen keeps me motivated and keeps me moving through all of those to-do lists because they're fun to check off. Then you know what, that's okay. Like I said, life's been great, and I think it might have something to do with my planners and journals, just a little bit. Anyway, have a great day. I'm gonna have fun in here now, and yeah, see how these nails go. I'm trying a new length of, yeah, these are totally press-ons, like I'm not even gonna pretend. But I have a couple of events coming up that I want to like practice having this length of nails for. So yeah. Bye.